All right, guys, so we're back on draining the oil. So you can see that this oil is fairly black. You know, this scooter has about 13,700 miles on it. It's a 2012 model, and it's fuel injected. But it's probably been a while since this oil's been changed. And since I don't know the history of this thing, I decided to change the oil. So here's the oil bolt right here. It has that copper washer. It should seal just fine. You can normally get several changes of oil with these copper washers, but if it does leak at the drain hole here, you'll have to change that copper washer. But these scooters also have a screen. That's a 12 millimeter here for this oil bolt, 12 millimeter for the main oil bolt. This is a 19 millimeter here on the bottom of this bolt at the very bottom of the scooter. I'll show you a picture here. That's a 19 millimeter. And it has this little screen here. So since, again, I don't know the history of this thing, you got the screen and you got the cap, the spring, and then the screen filter. So I'm gonna go ahead and spray the screen filter out with carb cleaner and make sure it's nice and clean. Since we don't know how long it's been since this has been done, went ahead and pulled that as well. Once you know the history of your scooter, you won't have to do that every time. I would say every other oil change, just check it, make sure there ain't no clunks of debris in that screen. That actually, I'm gonna flip the camera up underneath here a second, try not to drop it in the hole, but that is right there. You can see that hole. That's where that screen goes, and of course it goes just like you take it out. You got the screen, you got the spring, then you got the cap. So we're gonna get that button back up here, and then we'll move on to the final drive. The final drive, again, I use AMSOIL. I'm an independent AMSOIL dealer. Race DT Synthetics is my YouTube channel, Race DT Synthetics. I use AMSOIL only. If you're interested in AMSOIL, give me a shout out and hit me up, and be glad to set you up as a preferred customer. I let all my preferred customers know ahead of time when there's a special deal going on from AMSOIL, like free swag or buy one get one, that kind of thing. I'll let you know ahead of time. You'll also get emails. If you're not sure you want to go with AMSOIL yet, go ahead and sign up hit me up. I'll send you a free catalog. You just go onto AMSOIL.com with my link. You get a catalog sent directly to you free of charge. And if you like what you see, we can talk more about what you need and get you hooked up. But anyway, I buy and sell scooters. This happens to be a 2012. I've actually picked it up, and I'm going to recondition it, put all new plastics on it, and sell it. But everything I sell, I like to make sure I've been through it 100% to the best of my ability, so I can tell the customer exactly what they're getting. So I'll check the brakes, I'll change out all the fluids, including the coolant, including the brake fluids, front and rear brakes. Check everything. If there's coolant in the reservoir, if there's fluid in any reservoir, I'm going to change it, especially if I don't know the history of the scooter. I'll change out the air filter and basically get all the broken plastics replaced and get this thing serviced and ready to go for a new customer if I decide to sell it. I actually like this one. I've done other Vespas, GY6 engines. Also, I've done Zumas and Hondas. So I just enjoy tinkering a little bit. But what I generally do is buy the scooter with titles, and then I sell them down the road once I've decided to sell it. So, but this one I might keep because it's been a while since I had a 2013 Yamaha Zuma. I reconditioned it, got it set up, ready to sell, sold it, made a profit on it, and I really miss it. So this one I might keep it since I'm doing the same exact thing as I did to the 2013. The only difference is this is a 2012 with a few more miles. So anyway, check back in a little bit, and we'll show you the final drive. This is the final drive oil bolt here. It's a 10 millimeter, and this is a fill plug, which I believe is a 12 millimeter. 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter. So we'll drain that out as well. It's a good idea to do this when the bike's warmed up. And I actually drove this scooter about 12, 13 miles before I started this process. So we'll go ahead and get those changed out and get back with you shortly.